Hi, my name is Sophia. I believe in CASA because once I was a foster child. I had a CASA that believed in me. I trusted her and she made a huge difference in my life. I know not all foster kids have a person that they can trust, and that's why your voice matters.
What makes the CASA mission special? That's simple, it's you, the CASA volunteer. It's the CASA that has dedicated 8+ years to 5 little boys. It's the CoCASA team that helps a young man see the strengths that he has in himself. It's the CASA that understands that sibling connection and will pick up a brother who is no longer in the system, but she continues to advocate for his sister who is 3 hours outside of the county, and she's the only one that will pick him up and take him to see his sister because she knows how important that sibling connection is.
We had a CASA volunteer here at Heart of Missouri CASA who her teenage kiddo was hospitalized for mental health reasons, and then when the child got moved to a residential facility after that, she didn't have any of her stuff. She was wearing a hospital gown and underwear, and that was all she had. The CASA volunteer volunteered to drive hours to pick up her stuff and hours more to go drop it off with her new residential facility.
To me, CASA volunteers are providing something that is completely unique, that no one else can really offer, and that is the firsthand knowledge of what is going on in these children's lives, what their wishes are, what their needs are. And they're doing this because they're spending the quality time with these kids that I think everyone wishes they could do, but CASA volunteers, because they are only assigned to one case at a time, they're able to meet the children where they are.
CASA helps the welfare system by giving the child one more adult to give them a voice. I also believe CASA has helped a lot of families get back together, families that were torn apart by drugs or alcohol. They help parents to do what they need to get their kids back. I believe CASA is unique in the fact that a volunteer stays with the child until they are either reunited with their family or they find a forever home.
I've seen advocates do such little things as teaching a teenager to use an ATM after they got their first paycheck, all the way to someone talking with a CASA about problems that they were having in their foster home and issues that they didn't feel comfortable sharing with the caseworker that they knew that they could talk with their CASA about, and eventually asking their CASA, what do I do if I don't feel safe? This impact was so great that the CASA was able to voice their concerns.
One of my favorite stories is regarding a volunteer who worked with this young man for 3.5 years. After 3.5 years, he finally felt comfortable opening up to her about how scary foster care can be. In particular, going into a new foster home, not knowing those individuals, and how scary it was for him to go to sleep at night. It just showed how important CASA is and the consistency that they provide our CASA kiddos and building that trust so that they can open up about those situations that aren't always easy to talk about.
Why do I believe in CASA? People giving of their free time to help children. On top of all of that, I believe children should have the chance to grow, the chance to make mistakes and learn from them, the chance to laugh and be happy, not have to worry about anything. CASA makes that possible. CASA helps to make it to where these children don't lie in bed wondering, when is my next meal going to be? Am I safe here? Children shouldn't have to worry about that.
As a volunteer coordinator, I get to work with some really amazing people, CASA volunteers. My CASA volunteers come from all walks of life, and each of them bring unique skills, strengths, and talents. But the thing that all of my CASAs have in common is that they are selfless individuals who tirelessly advocate for the children that are in foster care. I have seen my CASAs bring hope to what seem like hopeless situations. I hear about the opportunities my CASAs create to spend time with their kiddos, getting to know them on their level. They provide encouragement, but most importantly, they listen to their kids.
And I actually learned about CASA when I was a caseworker here in Jasper County from one of the very first CASAs in our program. She did so much for a teenage boy on my case and really changed his life for the better. And that's one of many stories that I could share. One of my favorite things about the work that CASA does is the small things that they care about and pay attention to, but they're also mindful of the big future endeavors that the kids have.
I want to tell you, I absolutely appreciate every single one of our CASA volunteers and all of you here listening to this, helping our children. In the last year in our area, 33 children found permanency through reunification because of your actions. Your voice matters. Because of you, 31 children have found permanency through adoption. Your voice matters. And 27 children found permanency with a loved one through guardianship. Because your voice matters.
The reason I decided to come work for CASA is because I used to be a caseworker for the state, and I had a couple CASAs that were assigned to my cases, and I realized what an impact they really had on the kids. They could do a lot more things than I do because they were seeing the kids a lot more and building more of a relationship with them. So I realized how important and how instrumental CASAs were to the lives of these kiddos that really need them.
Hi, my name is Marty Barrow, and I have been a CASA volunteer since 2014. I am also one of the volunteer coordinators at Franklin County CASA. What a fantastic experience both of these have been for me. It has been eye-opening, greatly rewarding, and has allowed me to grow as a person. Let CASA be a part of your life as it has been for me. You will be thankful you did. Your voice matters.
Thank you so very much for all you do.
I do think it's true that your voice matters.
CASAs, I see you, and I hope you know you're making a difference. Your voice matters.
Because at the end of the day, your voice matters. Your voice matters because it's telling the stories of the kids that we want to help the most.
Eventually, they'll be able to be happy and laugh and smile without faking it. So thank you for all that you do.
Here at CASA, we know that children in foster care matter. Your voice matters.
Your voice matters.
Your voice matters.
Your voice matters.
It's so touching to see all these volunteers working so hard to help these families by telling them, you have a voice. Your voice matters.
You are the heart of CASA, and that is why your voice matters.
Hi, I'm Trista, and I'm an outreach coordinator. In a child's words, your voice matters.